back!
Woo!
We're back! We're always
is
back.
everyone partying right now with us?
Yeah,
this is us partying.
Hey, what's up? I forgot your name. Tom. I committed. Go find his name. That's what we learned in the last
That was awesome. I'm glad that we just did that.
Okay, so today's topic is you're at the gym and or any public location, right? But mostly gym because it's the place you're going back to. It could be a classroom, could be a workplace, and you really want to talk to them. This kind of really applies to the gym though, because people are like busy. Anywhere where you're busy. I guess this could be work. So it's like you're at the gym or work, you want to talk to someone of the opposite sex or maybe the same sex, and you're like into them. How do you do this? Because they got the earbuds in, they're busy, but you're just, man, you're like, I just really want to.
They're so close yet so far.
God, they're so gorgeous, and we could be perfect for each other. But they don't know my name, so I always got, I gotta do something.
Play it off.
Yeah. So how do you open up? How do you do this? How do you, in a place where it's busy, you're gonna see this person again? How do you go talk to them? That's the question of the day.
Well,
Jenna, you just tell us how do you do it?
How do I do it? Well, I
don't think I've different. I was gonna say because like it's usually like guy to girl, like guys go to the girls. Rare is it that the girls come to the guys, but
I did do it to Jodie Foster the other day.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I saw her at the gym and I had to say something.
Not what I was expecting.
Yeah. I normally don't approach people at the gym, but she's my idol.
Oh,
she's one of my idols, and she was actually even with a trainer working out. Yeah, and
so how did you approach? What was your opening line?
I built up the courage, and my opening line is probably not one that I would recommend to anyone else.
I love it. Let's
but
hear it.
I went right up to her, and she was like mid arm crunch.
Nice. And you were like, you do those?
Yeah. I was like, let me show you. No. The first thing that came out of my mouth is I looked her straight in the eyes, and I said,
wow.
I love you.
Wow.
I did. I really did.
Wow.
I did. Yeah. And she took out her earbud and she said, "Excuse me."
I'm sorry.
And I said, "I love you." I said,
that works for me at the gym all the time.
I said, "Little man Tate and the Accused," and she looked at me and she goes, "Wow." She goes, "Are those before your time?" And I said, "I may have watched them later. Yes."
Wow.
And she started laughing. And she was
I
just
give you
"Thank you so much."
That is amazing.
Yeah, she's an incredible woman.
Courage through the
so
years.
I guess my first advice just from that experience is just go for it.
Just do it. Get in there.
Worst comes to worst is either the person is taken, not available.
Jodie Foster. She could be taken. Who knew?
She is taken. Yeah, I get it. Or they're not interested. And so what? There's so many people out there. You know what I mean?
There is. There's so many people. Who needs Jenna?
So many. Whoa, everybody's laughing. This is unacceptable, okay? See what happens to me when I come in here? I get mocked.
Oh, we love you. We feel how cold that hand is.
Don't touch me. No, I'm just kidding.
Okay, all right. Now,
so
guy,
tell me other advice. Yeah, please.
Guy perspective.
I have been.
You've been hit on many times.
Okay, I didn't say that.
Many.
Okay,
You got hit on coming in.
So yes, I mean, yes, I've definitely
You're getting hit on right now by the camera guy. He's hitting on you.
Hey, sup, brah? Is that what we're supposed to say? Sup, brah?
He looked you dead in the eyes and he said, "I love you," and that's where I thought it was. I thought that was it.
Just tell him you love him.
Yeah, I was like,
moral.
There we go. Yeah, she's gone now.
No, but seriously, I mean, I've had a bunch of different approaches. The one thing I can say, I don't know what Nick is about, what advice he's
yeah, please tell me
what
you can't do so that I can tell you that I'm not going to do that.
Don't be a creeper. Don't just linger and follow someone around because
there goes my creeper.
That's just
lurker.
Just get to the, there's my lurker advice. No, but see, that's weird. And what if I was doing squats right now and I'm like, this dude's behind me totally checking out my butt.
You go ahead and do your workout and here's me. This is how I typically do it.
Okay, this is me doing squats though. This is not a normal squat. It looks like I'm taking a poop. I'm like, ugh.
Men's Health ran this article a long time ago. I'm older than obviously a lot of people that are probably watching this. And Men's Health was when I was 18, I used to read Men's Health for everything. It was nutrition, dating advice, everything. Because I mean, it was
I bet they had some great articles.
The shelves. There it is. All the information that a teen would ever, almost an adult would ever need.
Yeah.
So it's great. And one of these articles basically said that as soon as you make eye contact, they see you. You saw them. It's time. The clock
great advice.
is starting because
Well, but sometimes if you make eye contact by accident and you really don't want the person to come up to you, so there
exceptions.
are, you know, so
Always
I think kind of I feel like this is such a whatever thing to say, but you feel the vibes, you know what I mean? And I feel like
the vibes.
I feel like you can tell whether there's
Flex
somewhat of a connection
really
or
hard
not.
and then look at her dead in the eye.
Yeah, that's all. I'm just kidding.
It's probably not gonna get the ladies, but okay. Let's just have you've seen him at the gym a couple times or at work or whatever, and you're kind of in that area or whatever, and then you kind of look up or whatever, and then they look up, and then you look back, and then you kind of catch eyes at the same time. At that point, right?
Yes.
You can't take too long. Because, as it was explained to me in this article,
Yeah.
is that all the time that goes by is basically showing, this is horrible, but it's showing your cowardice, like you are not being manly enough to go over there and just say hello. Like, trust me, dudes.
Yeah.
Trust me, bro dudes. Every time, it's always gonna be the same thing. You're gonna be sweating, your heart's gonna be beating on your chest, you're gonna sound like a schmuck, but any word that comes out of your mouth is better than no word that comes out of your mouth.
Yeah.
And I have opened with the worst lines ever. And
I find that so hard to believe.
yeah. And you know what though? After the first sentence, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but after the first sentence or two, maybe three, you kind of forgot what the opening was.
That's the icebreaker, and it's done. And
Yes,
and look,
and
if he or she is interested, you'll know.
And if they're interested, they don't even care what you
No,
say.
they don't. And even if it was an awful first line, sometimes that's very endearing.
Yeah, my
wow,
opening
that guy
line
was
is,
really an
you like
idiot."
beef jerky too? And then I laugh
Okay,
awkwardly.
that's a whole other level over there.
Oh, you don't use that one? That's not, you haven't been,
I actually do like beef jerky.
see?
So,
That could have worked. That could have worked.
yeah.
I know. Well, because I'm trying to get my
He's pumping up his muscles.
guns, after my protein shakes and trying to.
Yeah.
But okay, so all right,
Okay, yeah,
back
so
to
what
these
else?
rules.
Yeah.
These are pseudo rules, but for the most part, what I've learned is you can't take a lot of time. As soon as they've seen you, you've seen them. You got to start moving forward. You got to really, you got to go for it.
Yeah.
And I tell you this, guys, it is never. And this is for all the dudes out there, and for the girls, so they have some have a heart a little bit,
Well, it
right?
doesn't matter if it's a guy or girl. I feel like it's just the approacher. I think
Right,
that
yes.
the person you get a tag is
Right.
the approacher.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It could be a guy, or a girl. It could be either or.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
True story.
Yeah.
Whoever the approacher is, which sounds like
No, I know it sounds
whoever
so-
the approacher is.
Yeah, but I
Um,
don't know what else. The instigator, that sounds bad too. I mean,
Yeah.
I think the approacher is more appropriate.
I like the approacher.
I do too.
That sounds more kind of like a film,
Yeah.
Like the approacher.
Approacher's coming for you.
You like beef jerky?
Okay.
Okay, but the person who's opening up, that line, right?
Yeah.
If you're the one who's interested and you're the one going for it, you gotta buck up, you gotta man up. And sometimes, let's say you're at a restaurant or whatever, sometimes that requires getting all the way into the kitchen. I mean, whatever it takes, to do it, you gotta do that.
Didn't you guys see those Shia LaBeouf? Just do it.
Just do it! And so that's my advice in that portion of it. The opening line, rehearsed ones are garbage, so don't even bother with that. Just kind of pull from what's happening around you. If you're at the gym, you could be like, hey man, there's that new piece of equipment. That's a point of interest. It could be right close by. Anything works, just don't linger. Lingering is worse than saying nothing for the most part. Okay. The second rule of thumb here that I've, in my 31 years, I've learned is just be super honest, right? It sounds so hard. That is really difficult, right? But
it is.
I have done this before, right? I may or may not have had some giggle water, which is a code name
I know you mean.
for beverages that adults drink.
Yes, let's hear it.
Yeah, giggle water. And I went up to someone and I was just like, "You're the most beautiful girl in here by far," and that was it. And I wasn't even trying, and it just was honest.
As long as it's honest.
Yeah,
you
and
know,
she was knockout.
Yeah, so there you go. And look,
Yeah.
I think any girl or guy when they're being approached, they can feel if it's genuine or not. You know what I mean? And but that's the reality of it is people don't want to feel like they're being skeezed or
you want to be scammed.
like the brunt end of a joke. You know what I mean? A lot
Right.
of guys would be like, "Oh, where'd you come from?" You fell from the skies. And I'm like, "Okay, dude, for real." You know what I mean? It's just such a line.
The thing is it's
And
all
it
the
goes back to what
authenticity.
Nick said. Yes, as long as you're authentic.
Because like the thing about it is like, okay, when someone is opening, right, you don't want to come across as misguided. So when you be like, oh, you come here too? Like, I mean, you don't. You want to be like pretty direct about it.
Yes,
and I think you can.
I agree.
The more you feel that, the more that you're in a good place.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah. So you're trying to get their name, right? Because the name is a good place to start in order to like, if anything is gonna progress from there, at least get another name.
Yeah.
Again, one of my like best like practices is sort of explaining where you are. You explain the situation. Hey, I work here. You work here. Like I've seen you come in a bunch of times. I like this one. Let's say we're at the gym, right?
Yeah, sure.
She's like, you know what? I just like knowing the people who come here because I like to build community. Like, it's simple, sounds really cheesy, but at the same time, that's a very honest thing. You're like, I like knowing like who's here. Like, I want to know, like, I want to feel comfortable when I work out or where I'm working.
Or if you want to play it like really cool and you don't see him again. Ready for this?
Yes.
If you approach someone, if the approacher doesn't even ask for the information the first time, it's just kind of like, oh, cool, good to know you. And then, because that person leaves wondering, like, why did he or she talk to me? You know what I mean? Like that's like a real little secret tip there, and that always makes the person wonder who is being approached. Why did they? Are they interested? Are they not? Like that was really cool. They just came to say hi, and then you see them again, and the ice is already broken. So that way, a lot of the times, the person who is approached will come approach the other person, like, "Hey, how have you been? It's good to see you."
That's a good one. I like that. But then you might end up in the circle of forgetting their name forever.
Well, that's when you ask, and then the person's like, "Wow, you forgot my name?"
No, then it's all downhill from there.
No, then it's the chase. Then the chase begins. That's a whole other topic.
Oh wow. Okay, wrapping it up. Basically, if you see somebody at the gym, be honest about it, explain the situation, stumble in the first sentence, doesn't really matter. Just get it out there. Be cool as much as you can. It's always gonna be tough. And worst comes to worst, you can always just say some like horrific thing like, hey, have I met you here before? Because you probably have, and you're still being honest, but at least that's like the words came out of your mouth at least.
Yes.
I mean, which is better than nothing.
Yep.
Because you don't want to be the awkward lurker guy who sees you from across the room, look at you the whole time, never said anything.
Be that person.
That's weird.
Yeah, it just never makes anyone comfortable.
So, if you like this video, go ahead and give us a thumbs up. In the comment section below, let us know what is your best practice for talking to somebody at the gym or at work. And absolutely 100% hit that subscribe button. We have new videos every Tuesday and every Friday. And Jenna, where can we find you?
Oh, yes, you can find me on Instagram, Twitter, all that good stuff. Even Snapchat.
Wow.
As Ms. MS Jenna Willis. I'm there. I'll probably reply to you. As long as you're not a lurker. No, I might like a lurker.
Kind of counts as an opening line, maybe?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's a whole different conversation for a whole different day.